Hello, Genevieve. Naaman's here, and I don't know if you know, but we've had a new blog post from Crystal Dynamics announcing further delays with Marvel Avenger content, which is a bit of a shock and surprise. But let's just get into it. All right, next gen versions. Here's the big headline: Marvel's Avengers content is on the way. Next gen versions delayed. And there is a blog post that they reference, and I'm going to go look at that. But I want to first go over this article because this summarizes it pretty good. All right, so the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X versions of Marvel's Avengers have been pushed from the launch window releases to next year. This news comes from a lengthy blog post by Scott Amos, Crystal Dynamics head of studio. The delay comes from the team needing more time to deliver on the next-gen experience. If you already have the game and play it on the new machines, you will still experience faster load times and better frame rates. Yeah, this last part is mostly based on hardware, so that's a given, and all that stuff. So yeah, so everyone knew that would be the case. Like, I'm glad that they're fully supporting things that should happen with a next gen upgrade to your game, or at least playing a previous gen game on a newer console and such. Anyways, let's keep reading here. Release of new characters has also been met with delays. Kate Bishop, who serves as the game's first DLC character, was supposed to release this month, but is now floating without a date. Although Amos says her launch is pushed back a bit. Bishop will bring new story content that will show where the game goes next. Crystal wouldn't reveal if Clint Barton, Hawkeye, will also be delayed, but it make it sound like he's arriving at some point in 2020. As the next bit of news is that 2021 will bring the biggest Avengers Initiative project yet, which includes another hero, region, and more story content. Yeah, this to me sounds like that's Spider-Man, because not only do they have exclusivity deal with Sony for this, Sony's going to be pushing them to get it out. Like, if you want this thing to sell on our platform more, you have to get our guy out there, start boosting sales, because we're going to start releasing bundles for this game, things like that, you know. So it's like I can't see that being anybody else at this point, unless they decide to shift gears because of things that have happened in real life regarding specific actors. Anyways, Amos also addressed some launch issues, saying Marvel's Avengers launch is not without turbulence, and we recognize that a number of issues detracted from your enjoyment of the game. This is not aligned with Crystal Dynamics' value of craftsmanship, and for that we sincerely apologize. Yeah, you literally had to launch this guy early because you're up against it with the console release dates, and it was bad. It was very bad. I didn't do a specific video about this, but apparently there was a patch at one point that resolved 1,000 bugs with the game, which is not something you should ever brag about or even bring into anyone's attention. Like, we just launched this new patch and it's fixed 1,000 errors. Oh, was that 90% or 10% of the issues with the game? Because I'm asking for a friend. Anyways, and it talks about how they have dropped digital only pack pickup for people between that's available between October 22nd and November 5th, just to help say apologize to all the players and all this, so you're getting all this like in-game currency, which does no one any good. All right, and here it goes. It continues. The development team is also listening to players and is implementing a number of things to help improve the game, including a ping system that allows players to mark things in the environment, the ability to replay the campaign with higher level heroes, and better indicators for off-screen enemies and attacks. How are these not already part of the game? Have they not been watching anybody else make these type of games? Okay. Along with the recent released Mega Hive and Tachyon missions, Crystal Dynamics is releasing Omega level threats in the weeks ahead. These challenges are designed for high-level players, and Amos calls them the equivalent to raids. Amos says the development of Marvel's Avengers has been affected by the coup and other issues, and made 2020 a difficult year. This is him just talking, summarizing. It's in the blog post. I'll read it at the end, but let's go over to the actual blog post, sort of catch up with what's. Oh, hi. All my highlights went away. All right, so yeah, this is where they talk about how the launch was not without turbulence, no guff. how they're fixing bugs and things like that. And this is the bundle. It's a digital thank you bundle. Has the 1,500 credits, 7,000 units, whatever units are. This thing. 250 module upgrades and 20 DNA keys. And Sarah Garza inspired nameplate. But seriously, you're the best. Simply the best. Oh. Anyways. So it talks about some changes. There's the ping system. Like, why is there not? Why was there not a new game plus basically for this game at launch? I don't know. High contrast mode. Okay, so doing some things right. And it talks about area's impact, performance and stability, multiplayer matchmaking. That came up like a week ago. I did a video on it. I guess I'll just link it here. Talks about this particular matchmaking issue, how the basically the player base was getting stupid low. So they had to put this out. They had to put out a post about how they were improving the game, even if they had to like sandwich it with talks about delays this, delay that, and talks about the late game content. This whole Mega Hive thing they recently introduced is basically just single player horde mode, which is a bit odd. It just means that it's not single player. I'm pretty sure you've got 4 people, just they're all AI, because that's how they're set up. And they're trying to get multiplayer for that, but not yet. Let's see what else came up here. Here's the discussion about Kate Bishop pushed out of October. So pushed back a bit. They've probably been sort of staggered out, so going to be in late November, like maybe launch. I don't know why they would have someone like Kate Bishop be the launch, come out during the launch of those titles, of those new consoles, unless they just wanted her to be under the radar. I don't know. And then what did they say? They talk about it. We talk about our guy, Clint. Then comes Clint. We'll have more information on him later. And looking into 2021, our biggest Avenger Initiative edition yet will introduce a new hero, region, and narrative arc. Yeah, all the DLC heroes are getting that bundle. So I'm glad that you're saying that, but we already know that if you're introducing new DLC, a new hero, they're gonna come with their region and their arc, based on their background, so to speak, and how they fit into the overall post reassembly storyline of the main game. But yeah, and here's the mention about how they're pushing out the release for the next gen to next year for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S versions of the game. And then this one here just talks about how they're going to basically be playable, including copying over saves and being able to play with PS4 players and stuff, things like that. You're going to be able to play with last gen people because this is just the same game on a different physical platform. That's it. You know? So and then here he talks about let's read what was in the quote in the article, because this is it here. In our nearly 30-year history, Crystal Dynamics has never shipped a game under conditions like these. From working at home to avoid the coof, to some of us evacuating said homes to stay safe from wildfires. Dang. While the challenges 2020 has surfaced are many, it's also instilled a strength in us to reassemble a team divided by geography and life circumstances to come back stronger, united by a mission to do right by you. Gee, I wonder if that's like the theme of the game at all. Anyways, I appreciate the sentiment, but like this is just them trying to save face, trying to basically get ahead of all the rumors, like and basically try to reinvigorate the fan base at this point, like because this will get some people back, people that like playing but are hating the grind a little bit. And if there was like with all those issues that were suggested, it's just going to be even more difficult to keep them there unless they'll bring them back, because then they know they can at least spend some time with it and not have to run up against a wall right away. Whatever bug maybe the bug's there, maybe it's not. Most likely not, because they cleared out 1,000 of them. Anyways, that is the story for today. Just wanted to get this out there because like Marvel's Avengers is really, really, really having trouble right now. Player base is dying. The game is constantly needing patches. They're constantly delaying things, and you know, things have been happening pretty bad in 2020. They're not off base by saying that we've had to deal with the COOF and how that separates us, and dealing with California specific issues too, like the wildfires. So they're definitely working hard for sure. It's just it's difficult for it's them basically just it's basically another Anthem situation. They cannot get out from under that whole umbrella, and it's not even mostly their fault. It's just the fact that they're having the same experience with this game as Anthem did, and they're not really learning. They're not really adjusting. It's just gonna run to the same wall, and Anthem's gonna eventually die off. Or Anthem Adventures is gonna die off like Anthem, and they're gonna have to work towards see if they can get the base rebuilt like from scratch, probably just like what Anthem's having to do now. What No Man's Sky did and did pretty successfully 2 years ago. So yeah. Anyways, that's all I got for today. What do you think about this whole update from Marvel? Marvel Avengers in their Crystal Dynamics studio. Do you think this is good news that they're actually basically trying to refocus by putting out this blog post, or do you think they're just making whatever excuse they can to get people back at this point and desperate for players, increase the fan base or player base to try and keep the game alive? Let me know in the comments down below. If you did enjoy if you did enjoy the video, please give a like. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to the channel, share this out to all your friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.